Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is how to play Don't Let Me Down by the Beatles. Now remember guys, this is the channel where we play our way. So whenever I explain certain chords, I'm going to teach you the proper way to play the song, but I'm also going to teach you a certain method, or at least what I call my method, where I maneuver the chords, or I play them with different fingers in order to get through the song and make it as easy as possible for myself. So to start off, we have a couple chords, so I'll put them up on the screen. And so we have an E major chord, we have an F sharp minor, an F sharp minor 7, an E suspended 4th, and a B chord and a B7. So I know some of those sound a little odd, like the E sus4 and stuff like that. So I'm going to teach you ways to play it without having to change the shapes, the chord shapes of your hand so much. So right from the get-go, let's get started. So to begin, for the intro and for parts of the verses, we have an E major chord. E major chord, you play all 6 strings. So you have an open, low E string. Take your middle finger and put it on the second of the A. Take your ring finger and put it on the second of the D. Take your index finger and put it on the first of the G. So all together, so all 6 strings. Get a chord shape, so second on the A, ring on the D, and first on the G, like this. I use my first 3 fingers. I've seen some guitar players play their ring, pinky, and middle finger. Now for me, it seems a little odd because now you have your ring finger and kind of in limbo. You can't really play anything else below the neck at that point. So I prefer not to do it that way. So you have an E. So he says, don't let me down. And you have an F sharp minor. So what you do there is you're gonna have your second, on the low E, 2nd fret. You can play the full bar, or I'm going to teach you an alternate method. For those of you who can't do the bar method, I'll show you both ways. So you take your ring and pinky finger and put it on the 4th of the A. Zoom in for you guys. A and D string. A, D on the 4th. Take your middle and put it on the 3rd of the G. Take your index finger and put it on the 2nd and high E of the 2nd fret. So all 5. For those of you who can't do a bar, you already have all 5 fingers pressed down, right? So the only one you need to press down really is the second of the low E. So if you can't do the full bar like this, where you press all 6 strings, which again, for beginners is difficult, then when I was learning bar chords, what I did is I put my thumb over the low E. So as I go down the neck, I can do it that way. So you put your thumb on the 2nd of the low E. You still get that bass from that low E. So we're gonna keep that same shape, right? 7, F sharp minor. And again, all the chords will always be on the screen. F sharp minor. Then an F sharp minor 7, all that is now you're playing with your index finger, you're gonna bump it up 1 string. So now you're gonna play instead of barring the bottom 2, the B and the E, now you're gonna be barring also the G string, so the G, B, the bottom 3 strings. So what I do is I alternate my pinky. So what I'm doing there is I'm playing my F sharp minor. Correction, by the way, I made a mistake. So you have an F sharp minor, right? So you're playing the bottom 3 with your index finger, G, B, and E. For an F sharp minor 7, what you're doing, now you're barring the bottom 4 strings, so the D, G, B, and high E string. And you have your you have your ring and pinky finger on the A and D of the 4th, just like the normal F sharp minor. So you have an F sharp minor 7. So what I'm doing there, that alternate, what I'm doing is I have an F sharp minor, then I bar the bottom 4 strings and I lift my pinky up. So my pinky's not doing anything, neither is my middle finger. So my only 2 fingers being used are my index and ring. I do. So again, you have from the top E, F sharp minor, F sharp minor 7, goes back to E. Now you have an E suspended fourth. So there's two ways you can do it. An E suspended fourth is just, the easy way to play it is just to have, you have normal E minor, right? You have your second, you have A and D on the second fret with your middle and ring finger. Well, just move that down each one string. So now you have your middle and ring on the second of the D and the G. And you're playing all 6 strings, the rest are all open. That's the proper way to play it. However, for this particular song, what I do is I take my normal E chord, right? So I have open, 2, 2, 1, open, open. Normal E chord, as explained earlier. All I do is I add my pinky's free, right? So what I do is I add my pinky onto the G string of the second fret. Right, so you have your normal E. Then what I do is I just add and remove my pinky on the G of the second fret. So it's don't let me down, F sharp minor, F sharp minor 7, E, E sus 4, so I have my E, E sus 4, E major. So what matters here too is the strumming pattern. So it's like, I won't go into the details. You guys can slow down the video if you guys want with YouTube's playback function. So that's the majority of the song. You do that exact same pattern for the intro and some of the verses. And then for, I guess you would call it the bridge, or when John takes over and starts singing by himself, when he says, I'm in love for the first time, you're gonna introduce 2 chords, a B major and a B7 chord. So B major is just gonna be, you're gonna bar the second fret with your index finger. I'll show you 2 ways to play it. So you bar the second fret with your index finger. Then you do a half a bar with your ring finger and put it on the D, G, and B of the 4th fret. So it sounds like this. So he says, so E major to B chord. I'm in love for the first time. Don't you know it's gonna B chord last. Love that lasts forever. So you have your E, you have your B. If you can't do the full bar, what I recommend just to get through the song is at least practice half a bar with your ring finger or use your middle finger. So you're able to get away with it that way. I don't recommend it, but if you're a beginner and trying to transition into bar chords, that's a good way to get through a song if you're ever asked to play it. So you have your E, your B major, now we have a B7. A B7, now this one, you're using all 4 fingers, right, of your left hand. So what you do there is you have an open E string. You have your middle finger on the second of the A. Your index on the first of the D. You have your ring on the second of the G string. Then you have your pinky on the second of the high E. So all 4. So slowly for you guys. Middle on the second of the A, index on the D of the first, ring on the second of the G, and then you have your pinky on the high E of the second. It's a love that lasts forever. It's a love that has E chord, no past. And that's literally the entire song. Now I know there's some tabs out there that use capos and stuff like that. However, when you watch the live recording, they don't have capos, so that's the proper way to do it. But yeah, guys, this is just a tutorial on how to play Don't Let Me Down. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. And